Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well, it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well, then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Let some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a roof. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth it, Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God. That wookie-woo, something. Know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that woo.
There's a lot of times where there's like understandable misunderstandings. Like for instance, him saying that he got stabbed 10 times and then it turning out that like, oh, he got sliced, which is apparently different and that was taken out of context, whatever. I mean,
ain't no context, nothing never happened.
That could happen, like, you know, but when it always happens.
Nothing never happened.
When it all.
Nothing ever happened. Nothing never happened is a double negative, showing your lack of intelligence and that no one cared about you enough to make sure that you had $100 to get a free pan pizza. Nothing ever happened is the phrase you were looking for, Officer Rat.
Always happens at a certain point. You got to be like, okay, when there's smoke, there's fire. This guy's a bullshitter.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away.
When Luce Cannon beats his case and he gets out, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with him. I'm gonna be honest.
If Luce Cannon beats his case,
we got
his brother's in trouble.
Conversation. Yeah.
If he beats his case, you're in trouble. Yeah. Because he already tried. So he tells us he's in the county jail. He just do like
recently
12 months there, and he had to go do another 2-3 months in the state. And he just came on. How long you been on?
A week.
Holy shit! You said you shot Crip Mac in the county jail?
Yeah. No, Crip Mac was in Wasco. With me in East 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
His brother looked like he's still wearing the clothes he got released in, for sure.
He arrived like 3 weeks before I got out.
Oh, okay.
So he get out in December.
December. Whoa. Spoiler. There we go. That's actually exciting to hear that. Wait, okay. I want to ask a big picture question. Is there a moment in your life that stands out when you realized that your brother had real issues with lying? Just in a general sense, like even at a really young age.
It's okay. So a lot of people would
Imagine having to think hard before you speak about thinking hard. Wow.
put us together. So he would sit up there and lie. You know, they'll come and ask me about the situation. I don't want to make it seem like, you know, he's such a liar. So it's like it put me in a lot of twists too. I mean, just what general and
a lot of twist. The past tense form of twist is not twisties. It's twist. Just who words are hard.
In the business sense or with anything he do a lot of crazy shit.
Right. I mean, it's normal to be a little kid who lies. You know, like my 4-year-old lies all the time and nobody takes it to. Yeah, she'll say, she told one of the kids at school that I moved out and got a new house.
Why? Wait, hold on, that's serious.
She just made it up. She just told one of the kids at school, and the kid's mom texted Lena and said, is it true that Adam moved out?
You don't think Lena's telling her that you're going to move out after living in a new house?
Well, that might be the conspiracy right there. That's not bad.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, like, little kids lie, but then it feels like certain people, like, kind of don't grow out of it.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's one of them.
So Luce Cannon's a don't grow out of it liar. Got it.
So you're sitting in LA County Jail on this go round.
Yeah.
Now I talked to you about 5 months ago or something like that. He calls me. He says, "Hey, record this call with my brother. He has something he want to tell us." So as I'm hearing him talk to you, he's trying to guide you into saying some things to try to clear some things up.
Yeah.
But you wasn't going for it.
Not at all.
So then he tells me, send me the conversation because he wanted to do some edits, right?
Yeah, he want to edit it.
Right, so, but you wasn't going for what he wanted you to say. You stood on it. You was like, that's what it is. But now, you're telling me you're sitting in the county jail and you get some visitors. Tell us about these visitors.
I'm sitting in Wasco.
Oh, you in Wasco?
So I'm waiting to be released. And then, you know, I was like, nigga, I've been up in here for 13 months. Release me. Like, what's going on? They was like, it's an issue. I'm like, what?
Release. Burlease is not a word. Release is the word you're looking for.
What type of issue? So like 2 hours go by, boom. I go to they said, come into the room. Feds there. I'm like, what the what y'all here for? They said that, you know, people was blaming me for being an accountant for 60s, setting up businesses. I did a lot of robberies. You know, give me a statement about it. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But they was telling them Luce Cannon basically said, threw off all that accusations that's on him. He threw it off on me, talking about it's his identical twin brother that did it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I've been in jail for a whole year. I mean, there's certain things that he recently did. He blamed me for the shit. It's stupid.
Huh?
Yes, recent shit that he did. It's stupid.
So was he trying to put the robbery and the RICO with the dude monster on you?
Most likely, I don't know. It's so many different things.
Bro, you don't know anything. Why are you up here if you know so little? It just doesn't really seem too much. Not really sure what's going on here.
So many robberies.
So you talking about superseding something they haven't mentioned?
No, hell no, they haven't put it in yet because they still investigating. By them investigating, they want to dot their T's and, you know, I mean, cross their T's and dot their I's. So they basically trying to see what parts do I have to do with it. You know, I help, like, you know, do grants and all the other stuff for some of the homies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But some of the homies, they mention that part too. They like, he's the one that, you know, helped do this. And I'm like,
well, who mentioned that? Another dude mentioned the other one?
Yes, the other one mentioned that. So it's like...
So you know what he's talking about, right? The guy that Bricc don't like you to talk about.
He's talking about Big U.
Mentioned that he was the one who wrote up his grants.
Yeah, and I'm like, nigga...
So now Luce Cannon's brother is admitting to writing up the grants for Big U, so now Wack's getting him to snitch on himself. Got it. It's very reminiscent of like brother for sure.
I help, you know, the homies create businesses and do all that other shit. So at the end of the day, don't put me in I don't have shit to do with that. So if the feds, if y'all got into it with the feds, with y'all nonprofits,
they shouldn't even be mentioning you.
Don't mention me. I just help you out with the shit, gave you guys advice, you know, set up your EINs, Secretary of State's, all that. I did all that other shit, but other than that, don't put me into the shit where the feds is asking me questions like I'm a part of that shit. Like,
they're mentioning your name.
Yeah, and they try and throw shit off on, put it on me. I'm like, nigga, I'm not going for none of that bullshit.
It's particularly egregious to lie about your age when you have a twin.
He said it was 10 years apart with the same birthday.
Like, I could lie about my age and I would probably be able to, like, get away with it pretty good. But when you have a twin...
You don't remember what he told you when you asked Luce Cannon, why do you speak the way you speak? Remember what he told you?
Yeah.
He said he got shot in the head. You remember that?
Did he say that?
He told you that.
Oh.
He told you that.
And you're saying that's not true?
No.
No, the wife Gigi said he shot himself once in the foot or something. In the toe or something. Only time. Remember he told me he'd been shot 10 times.
Right. Did you...
Getting shot 10 times is absolutely barnacles. Luce Cannon think he out here like 50 Cent.
Were you around when he got put on the hood?
Yeah, we been. My dad's from the hood. My dad is nutty from 60 Crip. Like we grew up in the hood. Like,
so you can confirm that he actually got put on, because that was something that Bricc Baby kind of used against him a bunch, was to say that he didn't get put on, and he never. I don't think he ever identified the people who put him on, which apparently is controversial.
Yeah, Bricc kept asking him who put him on.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't want to mention names, especially in a podcast about who put you on.
Okay, now like you guys grew up where? Was it between? Is it Fontana?
Hell no. See, the thing is.
So the whole point of this seemingly is to get Luce Cannon's brother on here to humiliate himself, humiliate Luce Cannon, and snitch on Big U. Got it. Okay, we're following up here.
We lived in Fontana in our senior year because at the end of the day, we got kicked out of LA County. We got kicked out of LA.
Which doesn't make sense because you don't get kicked out of the LA County. You get kicked out of the Los Angeles Unified School District. So he's lying right there because you can't get kicked out of LA County. You get kicked out of the Los Angeles Unified School District. And there's a bunch of different schools and school districts that are within the Los Angeles County School District. So that's just a lie right there. That's just a blatant not truth.
Accounting for, fights and doing all type of other shit that we wasn't supposed to be doing. So at the end of the day, we went to Fontana. We graduated. We went to college. I mean, I don't understand like the background that he got. That's how I learned a lot. That's how I started, helping the niggas and the homies in the hood, doing businesses and all that stuff. I went to college. I taught them what I learned. So at the end of the day, I don't understand how he has a lot to give, but he would do bogus and dumb shit with his shit. So I don't know.
See, this one thing I do know. And I'm wondering, because you got this last visit, and other people outside of Luce mention your name and certain things, are you going to let that paperwork go you've been holding on for so long?
I told y'all about that, how to get that paperwork. I told you in the...
Oh, yeah, I'm making my point to go get that paperwork this week. I got y'all.
The county. Go grab it. It's only, it's 20 minutes from here. Go grab it.
But you got it already.
Yeah, I got the paperwork. But y'all can go grab the paperwork, too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm the type of person, I know what it is. I stay away from the situation. When I learned the situation, what happened, and how many of the homies was telling, I stayed out. Only kick it with certain.
And there was some real prominent names in there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Some of the same names was locked up on the RICO.
So you're saying that if some enterprising young YouTuber really wanted to make a name for themselves, they would just have to go where and ask for what?
All they have to do is just go to the Fed building in Los Angeles, look up Jermaine Williams, forfeiture case, and everything that's on there. And they'll see all the names that was on there. That's telling and everything.
And there's some very prominent names on there.
Well, you're the exposer. Why don't you do it?
Well, he just said it last night. I'm pretty sure they own it.
Oh, okay.
He told me, but I
Yeah, well, you're an idiot and you're a liar, so why didn't you take care of it? Because I'm an idiot and I'm a liar. Okay, got it.
didn't have my team on it. He told me like a while ago. Yeah. But at this point in time, you got Luce saying he's lying, but now I'm understanding because from what we're learning, a lot of people that's acting like they against each other are really in cahoots even right now today.
They are.
Really?
Yes. The niggas that's in jail and that's saying that they going at it, they fighting, they not in the same dorms, they all in the same fucking dorm, they all coming up with a situation to point the finger at me. That's the reason why I'm here now. Because the feds told me. So everything that I'm saying is true. So all the fake stabbings, the fake fights, all this other shit, they all together. They all coming up with the same shit. They all has little bitty pieces that the feds was telling me. So,
but when you say they all, who are you talking about? Luce Cannon?
The ones that's in.
So they saying that Bricc Baby and all them niggas is lying. Got it.
The
Luce Cannon,
Bricc Baby?
Bricc Baby.
That they're all together.
He's saying they all in cahoots. He said ain't no problems with them. Which I'm gonna be real. We gotta keep it real because when Luce got there and claimed they were sellies, Bricc rolled with it. Yeah. When Luce got there and claimed he had to check Big U for trying to make Bricc Baby sign some paperwork, he rolled with it. So they was rolling with it until that. Now I think they may be separated now.
Okay.
I think Luce is somewhere else.
No, they're not separated, bro. That's all.
Yeah,
all that.
because Luce is
Well,
where
now you have Luce Cannon's brother saying that they're not separating. All that's a lie. Saying that Bricc Baby and everybody's all in the same spot. Bricc Baby, Big U, and all them dudes are all in the same spot.
where Lil Durk is at. He on the 9th floor.
Yeah, but they all still could walk around and all still be together and all that other shit. The Fed just told me like a week ago that they all still together.
How could he possibly put these crimes on you?
If it ain't no fingerprints,
Okay, you gotta understand
it's
that.
identical. Are you identical?
So you gotta, if there's no fingerprints and they set up there and say, show the picture of me, you know, that's reasonable doubt to sit there and say that, oh, that might not be him. That might be the other one.
So if they show the victims,
Hey, now putting your brother on your case is absolutely barnacles. That's sick work. That is the sickest of work. Like, nigga, you gonna put your twin brother down?
picture of him,
Yeah.
and they pick him out,
Yeah.
and they know it's him and not Jermaine. You're Jermaine, right?
Yeah, so-
Right? He can use that in the defense, but he's saying you're sending the feds, and why are you even putting my name in that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm your twin brother, bro. So at the end of the day, it's like, you want to protect me. If you're going to use that in your defense, like during trial, that's cool. But don't expose your hand right then and there and say that and then have them coming after me and then y'all sitting up there saying like, oh, he helped me do this. He helped me do this. I did stuff like that
They
because I'm-
implemented him in other stuff even outside of robbery.
I mean, it's kind of like how people put bodies on dead people, or like they put crimes on dead.
Yeah, but he's not deceased. He's alive.
He
I
ain't-
know, but you just put it on your twin.
They trying to
and then-
dead your ass.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you can't prove it with me. Look at this guy. He looks just like me. I mean, you don't look that much like him, though, right, man?
but if you show a picture,
Yeah.
you know, and the victim, you know, seen it. Even just with, you know, with the only thing that would fuck him up is him going on different podcasts and seeing
Yeah.
the people they robbed and all the other shit.
Yeah, he copped to it already.
Yeah, he went on there and snitched on himself because he's an idiot.
So he copped to all that. But the other shit, you know, I don't know if the rappers that, you know, he, whatever,
He
gonna
was
tell.
lying about the Meek Mill. He was
You
lying.
don't believe the Meek Mill one now?
Nah, I never believed the Meek Mill thing.
Okay.
Ever. First of all, I know Meek's team. Second of all, the Big U Meek thing wasn't gonna work because they all Muslims. Meek's team is Muslims. That's not gonna. It ain't gonna go that far like that. But and to say that Meek saw him walk up and just took $300,000 of jewelry off his neck and said, "Here."
Wait, okay, I have a question. How close were you to Luce Cannon in 2019?
I mean, we off and on, you know, because of the shit he do. Like the shit he do, I don't agree with a lot.
Do you remember talking to him about Nipsey around the time that Nipsey died?
Yeah.
Did he mention anything about anything sketchy at all?
You talking about that phone call?
That he allegedly got from Big U, yeah. It feels like he would have mentioned that to you at that time, right?
Yeah. Okay. On that situation is there was a phone call, but the thing about the phone call was that it was after the situation had happened. That but you know, situations from that situation, you know, a lot of people knew beforehand what was gonna happen.
A lot of people just sit here and allow WACK to do whatever and say whatever, but intangibility and actuality, that nigga's a broken record, and all he do is sit up there and repeat the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Broken record, no substance, no conversation, no real nothing, and that's that. So let's wrap up this last little few minutes. Shout out to Ray Give TV. Let's spin the block and finish this out.
Really?
Yeah. So, and 60 business. So at the end of the day, like I said, that's how I operate. That's how a lot of people operate. You don't show paperwork. If you don't show paperwork, you can't call a person a snitch.
But you believe that Big U knew it was going to happen before it happened?
I'm not gonna put no accusations on nobody because I don't sit there and.
But what he's
and go
saying
there.
is,
You gotta understand this. If you call somebody a snitch
Yeah.
and you don't have the paperwork,
they got the right to.
they got the right. So you gotta call a couple of people to see if you can get that green light. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have that paperwork, that's the reason why. Like I say,
See, when I said it, they got mad at me. I said, this is gangbang. You call a dude a snitch and you ain't got to work. Because if dude would have let that ride, I don't think he'd have lasted a week. It gets around.
It is a weird situation though, because it's like he either asks, if this happened as it supposedly did, if he either asked for permission to kill him and then go do the rest of your life in jail or prison, or you don't ask and then you also probably get caught and have to do the rest of your life in prison, and then also the hood is mad at you. So it's like, how does having to ask really stop you that much?
They still
when
mad at
you're making such a crash out decision that you know your life is never going to be the same after this. I don't know. It's just like, it's easy for us to imagine that he was so offended in that moment that he went and got a gun and shot him. It's harder for me to imagine that he was that angry about it, approached him again, got called a snitch again, and then decided, like, already having asked for permission. I don't know. It's just,
I mean, that situation was going on for like a couple of weeks.
Really?
It wasn't just like it happened right then and there. You know,
They said they'd already had a squabble prior to that.
See, when that happened, when he went there, he was confronting him again about the situation
to see if it was the same energy.
The same energy, and then Nip blew up. You know, said what he said, and then things happened. You know, so at the end of the day, he could have went there to try to resolve the situation. But when the energy was still the same as a week or two ago, he was just like, all right.
But you don't believe that Big U called Luce Cannon beforehand?
I mean, I know who called who, you know, but at the end of the day, they in jail. I'm not trying to add no more pressure on none of the homies, nobody. But at the end of the day, some of the shit my brother say is true, but then he throw a lot of shit that's not true. So I can say that. But
He mixed shit with sugar.
yeah.
So
he like reveals hidden truths, but then he also sprinkles in.
He adds on to a lot of shit. You know, he's animated, but a lot of
Sounds like a lot of the same things that WACK100 does, man. I'm gonna let y'all watch the rest of this on the Ray Give TV. Big shout out to Ray Give TV. Spin the block. We out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dot to the left. Y'all know the rest is free. I've been waiting tweets free. We go.